Hey everybody, Michael Cotto here, author of Return of the Prodigal. Return of the Prodigal is a mystery thriller available on Amazon. It's available in both ebook and paperback. Okay, enough of that. What I'm here to talk to you about today, among other things, I recently compiled and posted on social media a playlist that was culled from the novel. There are a number of songs, mostly R&B songs, a lot of heavy Philly influence that are cited to in the novel. That are mentioned. Some of the characters may be listening to or playing various songs during some really pivotal and emotional points of the story. And yeah, I got a really nice response and some real nice feedback. People really seem to like that. And I hope as you read the novel, or as you will read the novel, you'll enjoy the references to these songs, and perhaps that'll transport you back to somewhere in your life, because it certainly did for me. As I wrote Return of the Prodigal, many times I was writing with a soundtrack in the background. Maybe I was listening to some of my favorite songs, some playlists that I had perhaps put together, or maybe I would just ask Alexa to play a certain type of playlist. Anyway, that's one of the things I wanted to speak to you about, this connection, this reference to songs in Return of the Prodigal, and how they impact upon the characters, and how they evoke these strong emotions, together with some other inciting art, music, food, different things that involve the senses, that transport the characters back to certain times in their lives. And I would suggest maybe perhaps the reader would also undergo this experience. So I wrote a little bit about this, and I'm going to be posting a short essay about it. But the connection I wanted to make was between these songs that gave me inspiration and some of the symbolism that's used in Return of the Prodigal. If you've read it, you may know there's a chapter titled Sakura. Sakura is the Japanese name for the cherry blossom tree. That's a symbol that figures quite prominently in Return of the Prodigal. And I'm not telling you how to interpret it, but I think it has something to do with this fleeting nature of important things in your life, important times, important people, things that may pass by when they're happening without you really noticing them, and they only come back to you at a later time in your life, that strong emotion, when maybe you hear that song, where you smell that smell, where you see that cherry blossom fall from a tree, or in the case of some of these characters, you view a painting, and it triggers these powerful emotions, and you make this strong connection. And this ties in with this struggle between feeling those sentiments from the past and reconciling that with living healthily in the present. That's something that Grace is always on Nick about, living in the present, letting the past go. I think that Grace senses the hesitancy in Nick, and realizes that perhaps he's holding on to some old hurts and old traumas more than he realizes. And I think Angie is in tune with that as well. I think she's very intuitive with respect to Nick's psyche. And I think a lot of Return of the Prodigal, I'll say, has to do with balancing these things. Not only Nick, other characters as well. Frank, certainly Ralph, people who had experiences in the past and are now, well, presumably different people, but still are reminded of or hang on to, whether they like it or not, or whether they realize it or not, some of those traumas or feelings from the past. The topic of the spaces between, that's a phrase that's used early on in the Prodigal, and it's a phrase that's repeated both in English and Italian throughout. It's referred to by Frank, lo Spazio Tra, the spaces between. And what I would like to talk to you about today with respect to the playlist is how that fits in with that theme of the spaces between. When you look back on your life and you think of the things that were most important or that you remember most vividly, chances are they may not be those big moments. Chances are they may be little moments that may be fleeted or fluttered by at the time, and you're now reminded of when you experience some type of stimuli that brings you back to that time. And there are those little innocent moments that escape us while we're experiencing them that I think weigh most heavily when we are triggered by that song or by that smell or by that painting later on in life. And the tension or the struggle of these characters to move on in life and live in the present while still appreciating and honoring those moments from the past, I think is a very big theme, and it's a very big theme in my life. It certainly was on my mind as I wrote Return of the Prodigal, and it's certainly on my mind now as I'm working on Book 2, Revenge of the Prodigal. I continue to explore and expand on some of these themes. Some of you have reached out to me. If you like the mystery thriller genre, I think you'll really appreciate Return of the Prodigal. But some people have commented to me that it does have those tropes, and it does have. If you're interested in mystery thriller, you'll get the payoff, and I think you'll enjoy the novel. But some people have suggested to me that perhaps it may even be more of the literary fiction genre. I don't know about that. Frankly, it doesn't matter to me as long as people like it and enjoy it, and it's getting it into the hands of the readers. That's fine by me. I enjoy writing in the mystery thriller genre. I enjoy reading in that genre, and if you could extract something deeper from the themes and symbolism explored in the novel, then I think that's just awesome. And I hope you do, because I certainly intended the reader to. I mentioned in this essay, and I'll connect it, either link it here or somewhere on my social media. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, I'll put a link to the essay. But I had jokingly at times referred to Return of the Prodigal as a novel written by a sentimental fool for other sentimental fools. And I kind of said that tongue-in-cheek. Maybe there's some truth to it. But in the essay, I conclude, and I'll conclude now, with a quote from who I refer to as one of our most esteemed modern philosophers, and that would be Ferris Bueller. And of course, Ferris Bueller was known for his quote, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it." I think that's a good way to end, and I really hope that you enjoyed this talk. Go on, please, and if you haven't read Return of the Prodigal, please go on Amazon and get it. You can get it in paperback or ebook. It's only $2.99. And if you're just curious about it, go on the Amazon page, and there's a look inside feature. You could click on the book, read a few chapters. If it excites you, go ahead and buy the book. And I'd love to hear from you. So let me know what you think of this talk, and hopefully you'll read the essay as well. Thanks.